Hi guys, it's Jody. Today's video, I'm going to keep it a little bit simple. I want to do just a more traditional bloom. I've had a few requests to do just a regular straight up bloom. I know I like to do a lot of the floating blooms and kind of add them in with different techniques. As I kind of evolve, I'm trying to find other ways to do blooms, but then, you know, there's always something to be said about that just traditional bloom, just where you blow it out, you spin it out or tilt it out, it goes all the way over the edges. There's still nothing like it to me. I mean, that's where I fell in love with this the blooms technique. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to do a more traditional bloom. So let's go get started. All right, let's run through the colors we have for today in the cell activator, and then we'll get started painting. So I have here, I actually mixed up a custom color. Since this Golden Fluid, the Permanent Violet Dark, is probably one of my most favorite purples, but Golden has discontinued it. It's still available in certain Michael's stores in the store, but it's not available anywhere online. So I saw that I had this. This is Creative Inspirations. It's called Purple Lake, and it was very similar. Now this is more of a craft paint, I think. I get this at Jerry's, but I wanted to see what would happen. So I mixed it up and it was a little bit lighter for me. So I added a couple of squirts of this in there. And then I also added in just a squirt of the PBO Iridescent Blue Black. So this is the color that I came up with, and if you can kind of see in the light, it has that blue undertone with the purple. I thought that would be kind of neat for what I wanted to do today. So that's the purple, and then I have an Interference Red. This is just Golden. They're heavy body paint. And these are mixed up with my Valspar Varathane Porn Medium mix, but here's the consistency of that. And if you can see, it's a red. It's got kind of a red undertone. It's a red interference color. And then I have my Jo Sonja Black Umber, also the Valspar Varathane. It's a little bit cold in here. My paints are a bit thicker. We're gonna roll with it. And then finally, I have got this little piggy. It is called Hustle. It's kind of it's part of their neon line, so it will glow under a black light. This is kind of a dark pink color, and this one I actually have mixed. This actually got thick on me. I mixed it up this morning, but this is the Dutch Boy Jo Sonja. I might add a little bit more of the Jo Sonja in here just to thin that out a little bit more. So those are the colors we're going to work with today. And then my cell activator, I have two, and I think I'm going to use both of them. I've still got my Atelier Interactive, the Titanium White. They're both mixed with Australian Floetrol at 4:1. And then my gold that I'm forever using up, this is that mix of, I just got a little tiny bit left. This is the Atelier Interactive Gold, and then the PBO Precious Gold. So those are the colors we're going to be using today. So let's go get started painting. All right, for today's piece, I have got a 12-inch round canvas. I get these at Hobby Lobby. My pillow is the PPG Multi Pro. I really want to give it a run for its money here. I am really enjoying it. So I'm going to get this pillow kind of on here, and I'll be right back. All right. I think that's plenty. I'm not going to stretch it all the way to the edges because we're going to do our bloom right here. I think I'm going to start with the black umber. And I'm going to put a bunch down. I'm so used to doing the floating blooms where I kind of put just a little bit in the middle. But when I would do regular blooms, I can just get really messy in here. So I'm going to be sure to put a lot on here. All right, there's that. I had to thin down this Hustle a little bit. Now it's full of bubbles, but we're going to roll with it anyways. I just put a little bit more of the Jo Sonja varnish in there just to thin it down. All right, I think we're good there. And then I want the Interference Red And finally, this custom purple blend. I hope this turns out cool. Oops, made a mess already. All right, well, I think, make sure that's in the middle. I think I'm gonna put down the gold first. It's a little thick, but we're gonna roll with it. And then we'll put the white on top of that. So I kind of want the cells to have a gold ring around them. To get my step stool. That's a better angle. Let that settle in. That blew out pretty nice. Whew, a little lightheaded. I had to coax it because it's thicker. Both the pillow and then the cell activators were thicker. I had to coax them out with my straw, but I'm getting some really neat cells in there. But I want to do modifications because I do. I lied. I want to bring this out just a little. It may go over the edge, but that's okay. I just wanted to bring some where it was a little bit uneven, just to even it out as it spins out. And we got plenty of paint on here. But this pillow really floats when you have, you know, your bloom right here. What you want it to do is to just float cohesively along there, and this pillow really does that quite nicely. I think that's pretty good. I just wanted to get things a little bit more on an even scale. All right, I am totally digging this. I will meet you over at the spinner box. Here's what we got before we spin it out. Really, really pretty. I think I'm just gonna, I think it's well centered. I got plenty of pillow on here. I'm just gonna give it a nice spin. It's gonna go over the edges. That would have been a really cool floating bloom, but my goal was a full bloom for this one, so. Just move that over just a little. I kind of want more to come off down here. I'm gonna move it this way just a little. Ooh, yeah, just a little bit more, I think. Yeah. Ooh, wow. Holy cow. Let me put this back in the center. Yeah. That is gorgeous. Move that back in the center. A little bit. If it will go. Oh gosh, this is so pretty. All right, I think one more spin should do it. Yeah, wow. Oh, there's some nice subtle sparkles in here, but I really just love the cells and just the play with everything. I might have to fix this right here. There's a little bit, I tried to get it to spin off, but it won't. I might just bring that down, actually. Let's just do a little baby spin to get that kind of mixed in. That's much better. Problem solved. All right, I'm not getting any movement on this, and I absolutely love this. Wow. Yeah. This is super cool. All right. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. All right. Oh, gosh, that's gorgeous. Here's what that looks like. I'm gonna get cleaned up and I will bring you over for the flyover of this guy. All right, here is the flyover of this guy. I'm gonna bring you down in. I've got my flash on because there are plenty of subtle shimmers in here, but there's just so much depth going on. I can't even wrap my head around it. I hope it dries that way. All these cells, I don't have a lot of bubble cells, but just the multi-dimension in them is just outstanding. I love those right there. This right here, I mean, that gold is the cell activator, but it almost looks like there's gold webs in there. Just the coolest. That color I mixed together is so pretty in here with that neon pink. That hustle. I love that right there, where it's kind of this right here against that spider web. Yeah, now I remember why I liked doing modified blooms. These little cute tiny microcells. This is so awesome. I'm so excited. All right, I will be back to show you the dried results. Once it's dried, I may put it under a black light. Yep, she glows under a black light too, that hustle. Oh, it just makes the cells look so cool. All right, I'm done. All right, here it is as a whole, all dried. I mean, it just dried like a dream. I did have to put in a few little modifications and, you know, moving the paint around a little bit, but overall I feel like it does represent more of a traditional bloom. We did send it over the edges, but let me bring you in and kind of show you. And I'll also pick it up. There are some nice subtle shimmers. This is probably my favorite spot right here, where I kind of picked up the paint, but then it kind of looks like this little vortex that's going in there. And all these webbing cells are just fantastic. I mean, intermixed with some of these more, I do have a little bit of bubble cells in here, but I love how these just have depth in there. Like I mean, some of those look like eyes peering out at you. So cool. And that's what made me fall in love with this technique in the first place, was just the range and depth of cells and webbing you can get. I mean, there's so much you can do with it. Here it is, with all the little sparklies in there from that mixed up purple I made, and then the gold cell activator in there. It's really giving it a nice sheen. I think I'm going to end up resining this one. It's just so pretty. Even having it go that way is pretty cool too. That's what I like about these round ones. So I'm going to flip you around and give you my final thoughts. I think I will always have a special place in my heart for a more traditional bloom. That's where it all began for me. But I'm enjoying my journey, you know, moving in a different direction a little bit, you know, with the floating blooms, the swipes and the transfer swipes, and, you know, who knows what's going to come after that. But it just goes to show you aren't limited in what you can do, you know, with the blooms, the swipes, anything. I mean, it's the sky's the limit. It's what you see in your mind. Go for it. Go and try and create it. So with that, I hope you enjoyed watching this video half as much as I enjoyed putting it together. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.